Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We got the cool guy glasses back on because Nintendo's being a cool guy again. Here they are with their morning announcements revving back up, making July a ridiculously cool month as they've announced some awesome DLC and the end of other systems and the ability to get their games. Okay, so we'll brush that under the rug and focus on the good stuff first. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're having a magical day. Let's talk all about Nintendo news and nostalgia here. I love this company. I love these games, and I love you. So hit that like button if you enjoy, and let's roll into our show. Now, I want to kick it off with a little fun news from Platinum Games. They are the makers of the upcoming Bayonetta 3. They love Nintendo, and we love them for that. They put Astral Chain exclusively on the platform. They're doing Bayonetta 3 on the platform, and I have mad respect for that. And it looks like they're going to get even closer and maybe look to modernize their business in a way and help their future titles be even more successful. Now, we've heard rumors of Astral Chain 2, which could be pretty sick, but let's focus on today. They've named Takao Yamane as their new Vice President and Chief Business Officer. Now, who is Mr. Yamane? Well, he is a former Nintendo executive. So I think Platinum and Nintendo are so buddy-buddy, they're like, Furukawa, hey. First of all, Furukawa's like, before I even talk to you, please put your not safe for living room filter on Bayonetta 3. And they're like, okay, we'll do that. We'll make sure that we're respectful to all those people that want to play in the living room with their families. And Furukawa's like, okay, now I'll listen. And then you're like, who do you think could help us better and improve our company? We've had some great games. We've had some not so great games, but it seems like our biggest success is when we work with you guys. And he's like, you know what? Mr. Yamane is a global force. This dude was the general licensing manager in Kyoto. He was the managing director of sales, planning, and strategy in Europe. And he was the VP of Nintendo of France. This dude has traveled. This dude has held a lot of positions. And this dude can help make your games even witchier. So I'm really excited to see what happens for Platinum. I feel like they're one of those companies that man, they're just right there on the cusp of absolute greatness. And they make some phenomenal games, so maybe this can help just boost them into a new era of prosperity. We know that previously, Nintendo has been sort of the financier of some of their projects, but hopefully they can show with Bayonetta 3 that their chops are stronger than ever and they're ready to bite the next generation of gaming and whatever comes next for Nintendo and for Platinum. And I think this assures that, hey, Platinum and Nintendo, they're gonna be buddy-buddy for a whole while longer. And now for your July early morning assault number 5. All right, Nintendo has finally said, you know what? We've kept you waiting long enough. We have done the dirty, and now you deserve the Daisy. We always knew she'd be in this game. It was just kind of like a game of cat and mouse. Nintendo was the mouse and we were the cat, and we were ready to pounce, and now we can retract our claws because Daisy is coming to Mario Strikers later this week. Now, I think Nintendo is showing some chops here because not only are they dropping Daisy, who is going to be a technique character who they say is very, very hard to knock down, but they're also adding new gear, new stadium, and another new character, and a roadmap. I feel like this is maybe the best push for DLC for one of these games, just because there is kind of a plan and a purpose, and it seems like there's going to be a structure. Of course, they don't give us dates because how would they be Nintendo if there was actual scheduling involved, but they do give us a plan, a roadmap. And so we're getting Daisy, we're getting a desert stadium, we're getting night gear, which is going to boost both strength and shooting. Sounds like that's the gear to pick. And we're getting Shy Guy as an all-arounder who they say gear choices are mission critical for. Now, Shy Guy looks pretty fun. His animations are great, and I love seeing the cel-shaded style, the scribbly style that brings these characters' power shots to life. I'm excited for the game to get some new life. I feel like Strikers needs it. We see that it's sold very well over in Europe, but I think for it to be a global presence, and I think for it to continue its popularity and have a user base that extends, it needs stuff like this. Now, the roadmap promises 2 more releases before the end of 2022. So this is July's pack. We probably will get a pack then in September and in November is my guess. Or September and December, or August and November, something like that. 2 characters, gear set, and stadium seems like the way it's gonna go. Now, on one hand, I think that's great, and that promises 6 new characters by the end of 2022, and that promises 3 new stadiums, and that promises 3 new gear sets, which I think are great ways to boost this game. And I knew it was always ripe for much more content. The dark side is twofold. One, why, man, that gear set, the night set, not that hard to make. I'm sure that took them not that long, not that many hours, okay? Like, what, 5? I don't even know, not many. And they could have put that in the game and had more variety and a more fun, fleshed out package to spend $60 on. I understand the need for DLC, so okay. But the second part here is, I think it needs more modes. Yes, characters are nice, and expanding the roster greatly improves the variability and the replayability of the game. Stadiums are nice because there's far too few in the base game. But I hope that one of those squares for the rest of 2022 is a new mode. Mini games, single player content, something. Yes, the online multiplayer, the games are great. Like Mario Strikers plays phenomenally. I'm not the biggest fan of the leagues, and I would love to see just some more actual like modes in there. Like that's basically it. That's my Strikers rant. But this is good, and it's coming out on the 21st, so you'll have that in 2 days time. And let me know if this motivates you to bring Mario Strikers back out or to get Mario Strikers now that you know the roster will expand 6 characters by the end of the year, and stadiums and gear and stuff like that. Or if you feel like, no, they did you dirty. Daisy is not in the default game, so Daisy DLC is a no-go for me. Fill me in on your take in the comments. This is the part of the show where worlds are ending. Legitimately, I don't know, this feels fast to me. I don't know if it feels fast to you, but I feel like this is a say it ain't so, they're way too young. Why so soon, Nintendo? You have billions of dollars. Hit the table, otherwise you'll shake the whole camera. Nintendo has announced the closing dates for adding funds and making purchases on the Wii U eShop and the 3DS eShop. Those are Nintendo's last systems. We're not talking about the freaking GameCube. We're not talking about the DS Lite. We're talking about their most recent generations. And Nintendo does not have, well, the Wii U, they kind of have a plan. They just port all the big games. But they do not have a easy way to access these. It's not like, oh, their backlog catalog, their NSO covers this. Remember, NSO goes up to N64. They're like 5 generations behind. Anyhow, they are going to be canceling the addition of funds on August 29th of this year. You basically have a month if you want to add some Nintendo bucks to your eShop accounts for 3DS or Wii U purchases. And then on March 27th of next year, you'll no longer be able to buy anything. But in typical Nintendo fashion, it's not that simple. Because on February 28th, 2023, they'll be stopping the sales of Fire Emblem Fates, which if you recall has 3 different lines and you need the DLC. It's just kind of really messy, and I'm not sure what the heck that extra date is for. Why is Fire Emblem Fates being canoodled earlier than the rest of the sales on the eShops? And why are you doing this in 2023 anyways? The Switch is 2017. The Wii U, I mean, the 3DS has been out for a long time, but look how many 3DS are out there. I don't like that there's no easy way to carry these purchases forward, to re-download them, to do anything, to buy them. You have to have your 3DS, you have to have your Wii U, and you have to be connected to the eShop. Now, you still will be able to re-download stuff, but new purchases, adding funds, I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal for some, but I feel like Nintendo knows their audience is one of the most nostalgic. Nintendo knows their audience is one of the ones that love to go back, that love to keep their catalog forever, that love to bring their children or their friends, their nephews or their nieces or their cats into the Nintendo world by showing them the games that made them the gamer they are today. I think it's very silly for Nintendo to do this. How much money can they possibly be saving by taking the credit card system offline, the eShop code system offline? It can't be that much. And I feel like instead it's just a bummer. On the other hand, we're all Switch ahoy, focused and forward, and who knows, by March 27th, 2023, they could have another system. And we could all be hyped with a new Breath of the Wild 2, and maybe we'll forget about this, but some people won't. And some people will forget about February 28th and mean to get Fire Emblem Fates and not be able to grab it. And some people will forget about August 29th and then realize, oh, I now have 7 more months of this eShop purchasing and I can't buy anything. You can't add funds after August 29th. I just feel like the rollout of all of this is ridiculous and weird, and I don't know why it needs to be done in this way. One date, like, hey, we're gonna stop purchasing on March 27th. All the games, the funds, it's all, why is it spread out? Why are certain games getting random dates? Are there any other games that have their own random death days? Welcome to the graveyard for 3DS and Wii U, where we plop games in as we feel like it. The Gravedigger was busy on March 20th. Like, I find this just to be a very quizzical, confusing, and only something that Nintendo would do. So maybe I'm overreacting, but let me know if you're bummed that the Wii U and 3DS eShops are, you won't be able to buy anything. You'll still be able to re-download, so just, it's not completely catastrophic, but I still think it's stupid. And I wish they just I don't want to be dealing with this at all. Like, keep these platforms rolling. At least one more generation. At least wait for Switch 2. Come on, Nintendo. All right, the elephant in the room, though, is that Mario Kart is still missing and Pokemon is just leaking. It is a bloodbath for Scarlet and Violet. Literally every tiny detail, and by tiny I mean salt Pokemon and bait Pokemon and all sorts of other tiny Pokemon and coin Pokemon, the world's smallest Pokemon, are leaking out. And big Pokemon too, giant dragons, fairies with hammers, flamingos, everything. And yet we still have no indication that Nintendo or Game Freak are ready to drop the deets on Mario Kart or Pokemon. Now, it could still happen this week. There is Live Alive, but as I've said, I think Nintendo is more likely to drop Mario Kart here than they are next week with Xenoblade. But then again, they're crazy. They don't listen to common sense. They don't follow normal protocol. They don't believe in pattern behavior, at least not anymore. So Mario Kart could come out tonight at 6:30. I don't know. It could come out anytime, but I'll keep you posted. I do think we still get it soon. Fingers crossed. I hope. In the meantime, though, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I appreciate and love you all so very much. Let me know what you think about the closures of the eShop, about the Strikers DLC. Are you thumbs up or thumbs down on what they're doing? 3 packs 2022. I'll be back with way more than 3 GMMs. Even this week, man, Nintendo slacking. 3 DLC for 2022. I'm doing 3 more episodes this week. So I'll see you guys in the next one for GMM. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, love you lots. SwitchForce out.